WC Timber has been serving the Northwest Georgia and Northeast Alabama area since 1991. As a complete tree and timber service, WC Timber can handle thinning and clear cutting, tree chipping, stump removal, and storm damage, as well as bucket truck and crane services. For more information, visit them on the web at wctimber.com or give them a call at area code 706-238-1214. WC Timber and Tree Service. Welcome to Shannon Pharmacy, proudly serving the Shannon community since 2004. We're your small, full-service pharmacy with a big heart, offering friendly, professional service and a caring community feel. Whether you need prescriptions filled, expert advice, or health products, we're here for you. Experience the difference at Shannon Pharmacy, where your health is our priority. Visit us today.
If you ever find yourself moving through these doors,
we're gonna take care of you.
If you ever hear these sounds, or see these lights, may you find our caring team of ER experts all around you. This is the human spirit at its best. Advent Health. Feel whole.
At Smith & Wood Wealth Management, we're proud to be part of the Rome community, where the same teamwork that wins on the court inspires our approach to financial planning and investment. Just like the model high school Blue Devils and Lady Devils, success starts with a solid game plan. Like a trusted coach, we provide insight and guidance so you can pursue your financial goals with confidence. The Smith & Wood financial planning process centers on understanding your unique goals and creating strategies that balance enjoyment today with preparations for tomorrow's challenges. We would love to work with you to build a game plan for the season ahead.
They call it Mo Day, a time of fanfare and pride, and another week with the neighborhood's best yard, because you drafted the MVP of all mowers. A comfortable seat and adjustable controls bring the battle to your turf, not your backside. Ride like the wind on your solid steel stallion and give the fans something to cheer about, because it's your day. It's Mo Day.
High school basketball coverage begins now. This broadcast is produced by Northwest Georgia Media and WLAQ Radio. Coverage is also provided on the Southeast Sports Network. You're watching high school basketball action.
Well, folks, we welcome you into live coverage of high school basketball tonight, courtesy of Northwest Georgia Media and WLAQ, and we're glad to be with you tonight because I tell you what, there's nowhere I'd rather be than in this gymnasium tonight watching these two excellent boys basketball teams locking horns. It's the model Blue Devils and the Darlington Tigers. It doesn't get any better than this. It is going to be electric in this gymnasium come just a few minutes. Already is.
That's right. It is filled to the rafters. And the Darlington fans have traveled well, too. You got the student sections ready to go after each other for 4 quarters of high-flying round ball action. it's going to be a heck of a night.
Well, let's talk about these two teams and the success that they both had over the course of the season. We'll start with the Model Blue Devils. They picked up a 19-2 record so far on the season. They are 10-1 in region play, the number 2 team in Region 6 Class A Division 1. Meanwhile, the visiting Darlington Tigers are here tonight with a 20-2 record, 10-0, perfect in Region 6A Division 1 play this season. When you talk about averages, both of these teams are very good at scoring. Model is averaging close to 72 points a game, allowing just 46.5 points a game. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Darlington Tigers, they're averaging a little over 76 points a game and giving up just 43.7. These are two very talented basketball teams, and one of the other things they have in common is they're both very well coached. It's going to be a really exciting game. It's going to be interesting to watch the players, but also the chess match of the two coaches and how they handle their teams here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've got the Tigers. They like to force the issue. There's a ton of depth on this Darlington team. So Coach West is going to get after you for 4 quarters. He's going to pressure the full court. You can count on it. Now, Model has the luxury of having some really good guards who can handle the ball and are capable of handling that pressure. So we'll see how that chess match between Coach Travis and Coach West plays out, because the personnel on each of these teams is superb.
Well, we'll tell you, we mentioned each of these teams only with a couple of losses on the season. For Model, both of their losses were at the hands of Darlington. Once was in the championship round, the gold ball game of the Christmas tournament. That was a non-region game, even though both teams in the same region, so that didn't count towards the region schedule. And then they lost at Darlington back on the 16th of January, had a 6-point lead in the 4th quarter, and then Darlington went on a 16-2 run to win the game 63-50, and now it comes down to this final game of the regular season. The only 2 losses of the season for Darlington came to St. Pius. That was a 69-59 loss. Something worth noting about that, right now St. Pius is 25-0 and is the number 1 team in Class 4A. They lost by 10 in that game, and their other loss was to a 21-3 Mount Vernon, who's the number 2 team in Class A to 3A private. So their 2 losses were against some of the best teams in the state.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be a tough test. But Model getting it at home has to have the Blue Devil faithful feeling good. But the Tigers are going to come in here confident and expecting to win. They've done it twice. Can they get the 3 in a row?
We're going to find out. Model Blue Devils come into the game riding a 6-game win streak, looking to make it 7. Meanwhile, the Darlington Tigers come into the game riding an 8-game win streak. And here are your Darlington Tigers in the starting lineup for tonight's game. We'll start with number 2, Jordan Wilkerson, a junior, playing in his 2nd year for the Darlington Tigers, started his career at Unity. Number 3, Brent Bell, a senior, 6'5", in the starting lineup tonight. Number 5, DJ Hall, a junior, 6 foot tall. Number 11, Christian Teasley, a senior, 6'2", and number 21, Cam Seelig, a senior, and he is 6'8". There's your starting 5 for Nathan West's Darlington Tigers. Now for your Model Blue Devils, as they fire up the music over the PA, and it got about to work the people in blue into a frenzy as they announce the guys starting for your Model Blue Devils. We're going to start with number 10, playing in his senior year. It is John Mason. Also in the starting lineup tonight for your Model Blue Devils, you've got number 21, Bryson Denson, a junior, 6'1". Number 22, Bryson Bell, a senior, 6'3". Number 25, Chaden Woodley, a sophomore, a little over 6'4". And then number 30, Dom Fraley, he is a senior and is 6'5". And that's your starting 5 for Jacob Travis's Model Blue Devils. And guess what? It's go time.
Let's rock and roll.
Model Blue Devils and Darlington Tigers about to tip off inside Woodard Gymnasium. If you couldn't make it here, we're glad to have coverage for you on the live stream and on the radio on WLAQ. But we wish you were here, because there's nothing like the experience and the atmosphere of a game like this in person.
That's right. Goosebumps as we get ready to tip this thing off.
Seelig and Fraley are in the circle here, as both, I'll point this out also as we get ready to start. We've got big student sections for Darlington on the other side, and then on this side for Model as well. It's going to be interesting to watch the interaction of the student sections tonight. All right, Model wins the tip. They will have possession of the ball to start the game. They go to Woodley on the right wing side, up top to Bell. They work it around to the left wing to Denson as both teams start to feel each other out here in the early seconds of the game. Bryson Denson goes to work, now feeds it to Fraley, getting it to the rim, misses the shot. Seelig comes out with a rebound here for Darlington. They want to work quick. Baseline, there's Hall trying to send it up top. He stepped on the side, on the inline, and it's coming back to the Blue Devils.
Great transition defense there by Bryson Denson and Dominic Fraley. Here comes that full court pressure.
All right, Chaden Woodley takes the inbound pass from John Mason. Working on him is Jordan Wilkerson. Here's Woodley across the timeline, blows past him, gets back out in front of him, puts up the shot, misses it, and Seelig gets another rebound. So a one and done trip on both possessions to start the game for the Blue Devils. Here's Seelig underneath, getting blocked. And that is going to be a foul.
Official on the near sideline is the one who calls the foul there. Looks like Fraley was going to get out of that without picking up the personal foul, but Seelig will go to the line for two.
So Cam at the free throw line puts up the first shot, and it is the first point of the ball game. So 1-0 with 7:12 left to go in the first quarter of the game. And again, a matchup that just hits a bit different. Second shot is through. He makes them both. 2-0 Tigers over Blue Devils. Here's Denson on the other end to tie it up. It rattles off the rim, but he will earn a trip to the stripe.
Yeah. He was very close to converting on that. Ball just barely rolled out.
And so Bryson with 2 free throws. First points of the game for Darlington were from the free throw line. Will it be the same situation for the Blue Devils? Here's Denson, knocks it through. The answer is yes. So that cuts it to a 2-1 ball game with 7:08 left to go in the first quarter, and one more free throw coming up for Mr. Denson. A very, very good free throw shooter. Second shot coming up for him, and it's going to rattle around the rim and through.
He bailed you out there.
He did. I thought I jinxed him, but it is 2-2. We got a tie ball game. Across the timeline goes Teasley. Teasley to Hall, back to Teasley. Teasley between the circles. Now going to send it to Hall over on the left wing side, up top to Seelig. He surveys the floor, finds Wilkerson. Wilkerson sends it right wing side to Bell, going to drive in, picks up his dribble, kicks it out. Wilkerson drives, puts it up off the rim. Seelig trying to clean it up. It is off the rim. Fraley battling for it, and we got a jump ball.
Arrow favors Darlington. Seelig so long, that wingspan is something else, man. He's just able to elevate and outreach.
Hall to Teasley, corner three is through. Good looking shot after the feed. Darlington 5, Model 2. John Mason takes the cross court pass, gives it to Woodley, fires the three off the side of the rim. John Mason off of one of the Darlington players. Good heads up play there to keep it on Model's end of the floor. Wow.
Mason doing what he does, making those blue plays.
Woodley with the runner, misses the shot. He's missed his first 2 looks, but he'll get heated up. Here's the shot underneath. Hall misses. Here's Denson, bounce to Woodley. Here it is. The one-handed flush sends the folks in blue into a frenzy. First bucket of what will probably be many for Chaden Woodley, and it's the one-handed flush. Quick look on the other end for Teasley is through.
Teasley, such a smooth player.
Bryson Denson with it for Model, drives in the lane, leaves it for Fraley, puts it up off the glass, goes off the side of the rim, but he draws contact.
That's now Fraley and Seelig both have early fouls.
And so Fraley at the free throw line with a pair of shots coming up. First one's off the back of the iron. He'll get some encouragement there from Woodley and Denson as he gets ready to go through his routine and get ready for the second shot. Great crowd on hand for this one tonight. Not quite at capacity, but pretty close. Second shot on the way is going to rattle through for Mr. Fraley. We got a 2-point ball game, Ian.
So far, so fun.
Exactly. Darlington up 7-5. Well put. There's Teasley up top to Hall between the circles. No look pass over to the left wing side. Good sequence and ball movement there for Darlington, but good defense there for Model. Here's Wilkerson over to Hall. He starts to drive, leaves it off for Seelig, and he bangs it in off the glass. So Cam with his first field goal of the game. Ball is poked free and out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Model Blue Devils. A lot of action in the first almost 3 minutes of this ball game. Here's Bell for three and strings it. My goodness.
And he turned to the student section, the Darlington student section, and I think he blew him a kiss. I'm not sure.
Oh my goodness. Wilkerson, too early for that, I think. Here's Wilkerson, scoop shot on the other end. 11-8, Darlington up by 3. Here comes John Mason. He will send it over to Bell, who wants to work inside. Ball is poked out of bounds by Darlington. It's going to stay with Model on their end of the floor.
Good hands there by DJ Hall, because if he doesn't poke that loose, Bell had a free run to the basket.
John Mason surveys the floor. Is going to send it up top, gets it to Bryson Bell. Now on to Chaden Woodley over in front of the Darlington bench. He'll send it to Denson between the circles. And here comes John Mason after a nice feed from Bell. Sends it right wing side to Denson. He'll go to work on DJ Hall. Drives in. Strong move. Misses the shot. But he's got free throws coming up.
I think that's 2 on Hall already.
You're right. Bryson Denson, who has 2 points from the free throw line, has third and fourth attempts coming up here with Model trailing by 3 points. First shot for Denson is through. He's made 3 in a row. So the Blue Devils have brought it back within 2. And we get ready for Denson for another free throw shot that could make it a 1-point game as we get ready for Tyler Harrell to check into the game for Model. Second shot is through as well.
4 for 4 for Denson from the charity stripe.
We should send him a thank you card for keeping the math nice and simple for us.
Appreciate that, buddy.
100%. Across the timeline goes Christian Teasley, the senior. He dribbles between the circles, looking off to Coach West to get the signal. Gives it off to Wilkerson. Now back up top to Cam. Cam going to go to work on Harrell. Picks up his dribble, sends it out to Bell. Brent Bell fires it up top to Teasley, who jacks up the 3 off the back of the rim. Tyler Harrell trying to track down the rebound, gets fouled.
Good job there by Harrell. Just a sophomore out there. Coach Travis has asked him to play big minutes all season. And did a great job holding his position there and forcing Bell to go through him to make a play on the ball.
4:08 left to go in this super fun and active first quarter of the ball game. 4:05 left to go. Tigers lead it 11-10. It's been tight through the first half of the first frame. Here's Harrell after a nice feed from Denson. Banks it in off the glass.
First lead of the game for the Model Blue Devils. Great feed, great patience and pump fake there by Harrell.
Model up 12-11. Here's Teasley with the ball in the left wing. Drives inside, feeds it out around the perimeter. Bell's got it. Now to Teasley. He goes to work between 2 defenders. What a move. Didn't get the finish. Seelig gets it back to the rim and through. He's fired up.
He really is. Just making plays all over the place.
Tigers retake the lead. Big time block by a big time player. Cam Seelig on the other end. Swats it down. Here's Teasley after the feed from Wilkerson. Misses the 3. Stays with the Tigers, though. Here's Wilkerson with a 3-point try. Rims out. Seelig trying to clean it up. Missed the shot, but he gets fouled.
My goodness. A lot of second chance opportunities. And it's Seelig that's causing those problems down there on the block.
Man, that was a big-time block on the other end.
It sure was.
Man. First shot on the way is going to rattle through. He's got a nice touch from the free throw line as well.
2 good looks from 3, too. You had Teasley in the corner and then Wilkerson from the corner, both of them with just narrow misses.
Molnar and Pitts into the game here now for Darlington. Seelig with one more free throw, and he rattles that one through as well. So Ian, 3:13 left to go first quarter. It is 15-12 in favor of the Tigers. as we get ready for Bell to inbound the ball here for the Blue Devils. They get it into Chaden Woodley. Bryson Bell takes the pass from Woodley, fires the long-range three, and that one's off the rim. Sela gets another rebound, gives it to Teasley. Tigers with the ball. Here's Brent Bell, works towards the low block. Little English on it and knocks it through.
Bell is one of those players who can just explode. Now they're going to get Bryson with the push-off.
Man, we've had a ton of action in the first 5 minutes and change in this ball game. We got a timeout. We're going to take it also. 2:53 left to go first quarter. Tigers lead it 17-12 over the Model Blue Devils. We'll be back in 30 seconds. All right.
If you ever find yourself moving through these doors,
We're gonna take care of you.
if you ever hear these sounds, or see these lights, may you find our caring team of ER experts all around you. This is the human spirit at its best. Advent Health. Feel whole.
Well, out of the timeout, a very spirited Coach Travis. The intensity of the competitive spirit is hot early in this game.
I think that's what I missed most from my little hiatus.
There's a three-point shot there from Bell, and he drains it.
Just like that, he's got 5 quick points.
And Tigers with a blink of an eye up by 8, but a 3 ball is through on the other end. Mr. Bryson Benson with his first field goal, and it's a big one. Here are the Tigers on the other end, working quick. Here's Teasley, sends it left wing side. Brent Bell fires another 3, misses that shot. And a foul is going to be called against Nate Pitts, going up for a rebound against John Mason.
And that part of the spirited conversation that Coach Travis was having, not just with the officials, but also with his teammate, was with senior John Mason, who comes in and responds immediately, making a big play. And they are in the bonus, so Mason will get to shoot 2 or 1. 1 and 1.
First shot from Mason is up and rattles off. He'll get ready for his second shot. As substitutions come into the game here for the Tigers, Wilkerson checks back in. Also into the game, I believe for the first time, is Joseph Oganyemi. Second shot on the way off the front of the iron. Rebound's going to be picked up by Chaden Woodley, though. Model's got the ball. Here's Mason. Gives it out to Brenton Bell. Now out to Bryson Denson. He's going to work inside. Fires it out right wing. Brenton Bell for the 3. Misses the shot.
It's a good look, good feed. Just didn't go down.
Tigers on the other end. Wilkerson fires it left wing side to Pitts. Fires the 3 and knocks it down. Big time shot there.
Shooters everywhere for both these teams.
8-point lead matches the biggest lead of the game here for the Tigers. No look pass to Woodley and knocks down the shots.
Effortless looking shot there from Woodley, but that was nothing if not a tough shot.
Truly. From the elbow, Bell sends it right wing side to Wilkerson, back up top. Bounce pass underneath. Oganyemi wanted to get it to the rim there. He gets fouled. Goes down pretty hard.
He did. At first, his reaction, I thought he was injured, but I think he just felt like he was about to pull the rim down to the floor.
It really did.
That is a large, large young man.
I think the only kind of dunks he's capable of are the thunderous variety. Strong kid. First shot on the way is 3. Yeah, we've got more than one rim wrecker out on the floor at any given moment for both teams tonight.
How does a freshman get to 6'9"?
I don't know. Second shot on the way is off the front of the rim. To get the rebound was Bryson Bell. Here's Denson with the feed down to Woodley on the left wing side. Defense got back quick. Long range 3 for Bryson Bell. Left that one well short.
Oh, man, these student sections are getting after it.
They are. Wilkerson puts up the shot, misses it. Brenton Bell gets the rebound. Now around to Bryson Bell, right wing side to Brenton Bell up top. Jaden Woodley starts to spin around, tries to feed it back to Denson. Almost got away from him, which would have been potentially a transition bucket opportunity for Darlington, but good recovery for Denson and the Blue Devils. Denson's covered up. He's going to feed it left wing side to Woodley. Woodley surveys the floor, now goes to work, splits defenders, turns, awkward shot, but he knocks it through.
Off balance, but pure. Such great body control from Woodley.
How many times have you seen him make a shot and say, how'd he do that?
Yeah.
Seelig turns at the free throw line, fires it underneath, trying to get it to Oganyemi, who goes out of bounds. Bryson Bell surveys the floor. He's going to find Denson, who will bring it up the floor. Shot clock is off with under 20 seconds to go now in the first quarter of the ball game. In the first quarter, yeah. Bryson Denson across the midcourt stripe, works right, sends it over to Woodley. Now back to Denson. Denson looks back to Coach Travis, now starts to go to work around a high screen set by Harrell, and that is a whistle and a foul against the Tigers. That'll send Denson back to the free throw line.
And I hate to say it, but he's 4 for 4 from the free throw line so far.
So Denson at the charity stripe here. Model trails by 5 points, 25-19. If he can make them both, he'll cut it back to a one-score game.
Oh, yeah.
So Bryson Denson going through his routine at the stripe. First shot is off the back of the iron. That's his first miss from the free throw line tonight. And of course the student section from the opposite side there for Darlington, creating a little bit of noise and serving as a distraction. I don't know if that had any effect on the shot, but second shot on the way is going to be off the back of the rim. Battle for the rebound, knocked out of bounds by the Tigers.
Yeah, so Model will have an opportunity here with 2.7 seconds to inbound and score.
Fraley checks back into the game for Harrell. Also into the game for the Model Blue Devils is Zach Nichols. Nichols surveys the floor, trying to find an open man here, and he is going to find Brenton Bell, who's knocked down to the floor. And what's the call here? Gonna get Wilkerson? Yep.
Yeah, I think so. With the body.
And so Brenton Bell going to the free throw line, where the Blue Devils have had some success here tonight for the most part. 1.1 seconds left to go in the quarter. Bell at the free throw line. First one is through. We'll be keeping close tabs on the free throw stats throughout the course of this game. Second shot on the way, and that one is through. He knocks them both down. Those are big. And there's a heave from midcourt, and it is through! Oh, my goodness! Oh, man. We're going to keep it right here for a minute. Normally we take a break right out of the end of the quarter, but I want to see that again before we take our time out. Christian Teasley. Here's another look from beyond midcourt. That was 3/4 court, and swish, nothing but net for Christian Teasley. My goodness. Let's step out for 30 seconds. We're back for the second quarter after this.
Wow. If you ever find yourself moving through these doors,
We're gonna take care of you.
if you ever hear these sounds, or see these lights, may you find our caring team of ER experts all around you. This is the human spirit at its best. Advent Health. Feel whole.
Well, if you're just tuning in, I tell you what, the end of the first quarter ended with an exclamation point. Christian Teasley launches one from well beyond half court, about 3/4 of the way, and it was nothing but net. We just got another look from the other side. He made it look like you just do that all the time. Man. Blue Devils with the ball down by 6. Here's Chaden Woodley on the left wing, feeds it underneath to a cutting Denson who knocks it through.
Yeah, absorbed the contact, hung in the air, and got the finish off the glass.
Tigers back the other way with it. Underneath is Seelig on the baseline, feeds underneath. There's Pitts, misses the shot off the glass, but Pitts is going to the free throw line.
Really good find there by Seelig with Pitts slashing through the lane. Fraley tried to recover, but he got a little bit of his hand as he went up, and that'll be the second foul on Fraley. Something to watch going forward.
So free throws coming up for Pitts. First one on the way, and that one is going to go in and out. He gets ready for a second one. Man, I just can't quit thinking about that shot from Teasley at the end of the quarter.
That was amazing. Absolutely amazing.
One more coming up for Pitts. And the second one's going to be a miss. Harrell gets the rebound for the Blue Devils. And down by 4 points, they'll bring it back the other side of the floor. John Mason between the circles sends it to the near side to Chaden Woodley, being guarded by Teasley. Now the right wing side, they reverse it over to Denson. He drives in, bounces it out to Woodley. Catch and shoot, 3 and through.
Big time shot there from Chaden Woodley. He is finding his groove, and that's a good thing for the home crowd.
Oh, absolutely. Woodley now with 9 points in this game. In the previous matchup in January, he had 10. Shot is off the glass for Seelig. He has got 10 points. As the Blue Devils come back the other way, Woodley across the timeline, drives right in, scoops it up, misses the shot, wanted the foul, didn't get it. Here comes Teasley back the other way for Darlington. Pitts for 3, and that one's off the mark. And the fans go into a frenzy with their chant.
One student section wanting to give it back to the other a little bit there.
It was a very emphatic chant there for a brief moment, for sure.
You gotta love this environment.
Oh, this is what it's all about right here, man.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Unfortunate turnover for the Blue Devils. Hopefully won't be costly. A missed shot. And a gift there from the Blue Devils as the inbound pass went off the rim. Here's Teasley from the baseline, goes in and out, and the Blue Devils dodge a bullet there.
Yeah, they did.
Denson across the midcourt stripe. Denson with 2 guys on him. Going to send over to Bryson Bell rather. Long shot off the side of the rim. Ball knocked loose. Tigers come out with it. And the ball is poked out of bounds by Bryson Denson.
Nice play there by Denson to slow down the break.
And so Christian Teasley gets ready to inbound the ball here for the Tigers. Lob underneath, gets it to Seelig, puts it up, misses the shot.
Excellent defense there by Harrell.
Bryson Denson will bring it back the other way here for the Blue Devils. Now dribbles between the circles, being guarded by Wilkerson. Now on to Bryson Bell on the left wing side up top. They go to Woodley. Here's Bryson Denson, starts to work on Wilkerson, wants to go inside, ball's patted loose there from Bell. It goes out of bounds eventually, and it's coming back to the Tigers.
We're 2 deep up against the rail on the side closest to the entrance of the gymnasium. And there are not many seats left in the house.
We get ready for the Tigers to inbound the ball. Feeding it in is Ethan Height. Picking it up off the floor will be Christian Teasley, who makes his way across the midcourt stripe. Goes right between 2 defenders, sends it right wing side to Wilkerson. Sidesteps to the left, puts up the shot, misses the 3. And the rebound goes to the Blue Devils and Bryson Denson. Here's John Mason, sends it left wing side to Bell. Now around the horn, they get it to Harrell on the right wing side. Bryson Bell up top. Now over to John Mason. He'll go to work inside, stripped away. Here comes Height with the ball one-on-one with Denson. Shakes him off, scoops and scores. That was a nice move there by Height. Oh, my goodness. Collision on the other end. It's coming back to the Tigers. We've had so much action, I've been forgetting to give our radio listeners the score, but right now Darlington up 31-26. It's hard to get it out of your mouth.
It is.
Because there's so much action taking place in this game at a very high pace, fast pace. So Christian Teasley has the ball. He works across the midcourt stripe, gives it a height, lob underneath to Seelig. Nobody was able to pick him up underneath, and he scores.
That was too easy.
Here's Bryson Bell with the ball. Darlington's lead is now out to 7. Chaden Woodley with the ball. Now starts to work inside, gets tripped up and fouled.
And Teasley was being very aggressive with his on-ball defense that time. Had Woodley off balance, but committed the block there late by sticking his knee out.
And that was on the floor, so the Blue Devils get ready to inbound the ball. They get it to Bryson Bell with a nice heave there from Brenton. Now out to Bryson Denson on the right wing side. He's covered up by 2 defenders, sends it up top to Brenton. Now on to Bryson Bell. Bryson Denson will back up, reset the offense with 13 seconds on the shot clock. Fires the 3. That's off the side of the rim. Wilkerson's got it, sends it across to Height. Height wants to work inside, feeds it out. Wide open Bell for 3 and in.
That is a shot you just can't give Brent Bell.
And now the Darlington Tigers with their biggest lead, I believe, of the night, up by 10, 36-26 over Model. And Jacob Travis is red hot, having words right now, it looked like, with Coach West, kind of pointing back and forth at each other. And we've got a technical foul on each of the coaches here. Wow. And of course, you've got the student sections kind of egging on the coaches here. It's intense in here tonight.
It sure
no
is.
doubt.
That just elevated
it did.
the level of intensity.
The temperature is about 100 degrees in here.
Did I say the amps went up to 11? I think it's more like 15.
As Coach Travis wipes the sweat off his brow, which is bright red. We get ready for Woodley. My goodness, this place is about to pop. Here's Woodley inside. Oh, what a move to the bucket and scores.
That was a little Be Like Mike action right there. That was beautiful.
Here's Ethan Height, works inside himself. Nice move to the bucket and scores. 38-28, Tigers back up by 10. Brenton Bell with it, bounces it over to Denson, fires it right wing side, wide open Woodley for 3. Little too strong on that one though. Seelig comes out with a rebound, gives it to Teasley. Teasley across midcourt, gives it to Height. Height walks. Started to make his move, shuffled his feet in front of the official, and it's coming back. The Blue Devils, they're going to take a timeout. All right, folks, 3:13 left to go here in the first half. Right now, the Tigers up in an intense environment, 38-28 over Model. We're back in 30 seconds.
If you ever find yourself moving through these doors,
We're gonna take care of you.
if you ever hear these sounds, or see these lights, may you find our caring team of ER experts all around you. This is the human spirit at its best. Advent Health. Feel whole.
Well, Ian, it's often said in sports that the teams take on the personality of their coach. Both coaches are intense tonight. Both teams are intense tonight.
Both fan bases are intense tonight. The intensity is peak, to say the least, man. This is some environment we're getting tonight, some effort we're getting from the players, and you know, you want to see the temperature stay a little level here as far as the back and forth between the players, but man, what an effort.
Oh, man.
On both sides.
Bryson Denson with the ball at the top of the key, spins around into the lane, gets it to the rim, hangs on the rim, and goes in. Ian Denson's now got 11 points in the game in double digits here in the first half. Long three-point shot on the other end, rims out. Here's Bell with the putback. It goes. So back to a 10-point lead go the Tigers. Bryson Denson across the midcourt stripe. Goes to work on Wilkerson. Picks up his dribble, sends it outside to Brenton Bell. Now to Bryson Bell, back to Brenton. Bryson Denson with it, goes baseline, feeds it up top. Open Bryson Bell, and that one's going to be a missed three-point shot. Tigers back on the other end. Hall kicks it out. Teasley for three. Misses the three-point shot. I guess that was a little bit too close for Teasley.
I guess. He hit that buzzer beater from the other side of the solar system, and then he's missed a couple of bunnies.
Bryson Bell rather, defeated in here. Got a couple of Brysons on the floor here for the Blue Devils. Brenton Bell across the midcourt stripe, works his way left, is looking at Woodley. Now he looks off to Bryson Bell on the right wing side. Bell with it in front of the Darlington bench. Now Woodley with it in front of the Darlington bench. Denson backs up, resets the offense here for the Blue Devils. Fires the three. That one's off the back of the rim. Ball knocked loose, picked up by Wilkerson. He backs up, going to work baseline, feeds it back out, stolen by Denson as it was headed for Teasley. Brenton Bell going to work into the paint. Oh, he's blocked by Hall. Here's Brent Bell for three, and that one's off the rim. Batted away by Tyler Harrell. He turns around, clears out. Oh, handed it right back to Teasley, who missed the shot. Dodged another bullet there.
They really did.
Whew.
Got numbers if they want to push.
Denson fires it off the glass and through. I was about to say I thought I heard a whistle there, so we should have a three-point opportunity here for Bryson Denson. And Denson has had an unbelievable first half of the game, Ian.
I mean, yes, he is. He and Woodley have really generated the majority of the scoring for the Blue Devils. Some contributions from others along the way, but
Denson having a conversation here with the official as he gets ready to shoot the free throw. Makes a couple of adjustments, getting his shirt tucked in, and gets ready to try to convert this three-point play. It's an 8-point ball game. Model trails. Shot on the way and three. Denson now with 14 first half points. Still got a little time left here in the half. Darlington across the timeline. Teasley's got it on the left wing in front of the model bench. Teasley up top to DJ Hall. Hall bounces it to Teasley. He will lob it underneath, trying to get it to Nganyemi. Here is Bell off the glass with a strong finish. Bell's having a great first half.
He really is.
50 seconds on the clock. Tigers up 42-33. Here is Chaden Woodley across the timeline. Going to give it off to Brenton Bell. Now back to Woodley. He works baseline, goes in, fires it up top. Now out to Bryson Denson, back to Woodley, being guarded by Teasley. Goes to work, sidesteps and puts up a jump shot off the side of the rim. Gets his own rebound, drives across the baseline, sends it out to Brenton Bell, goes inside, leaves it for Harrell. Got the defender in the air and took a foul.
It did. A hard foul. When you get somebody 6'9", 200-plus pounds up in the air, it can't feel good when they land on top of you. But Harrell absorbed the contact, and he'll get a shot for two at the line.
Tyler has 2 points in the ball game. Had a field goal in the first quarter of the game. And now, as Ian pointed out, he's got a chance from the charity stripe. And now we've got Bryson Bell helping one of the officials clean up some moisture off the floor there with the towel.
Never understood the death of the towel boy.
I know. I talk about that all the time, where you don't have the mops anymore.
Yeah.
I'm going to research that. We talk about this almost every broadcast, and I never go look and see what happened to the mop. It makes absolutely no sense. Tyler Harrell at the free throw line. First shot's on the way off the back of the rim. He gets ready for a second after missing the first. One more from Harrell. Shot is on the way. I don't know what they're chanting from the student section from Darlington. I didn't pick up on that one. But they're into it, whatever it is. It's spirited. 42-33, Tigers on top. They want the last shot of the half. 14 seconds left, shot clock off. DJ Hall starts things in motion. Now going to go towards the middle. Bounces it to Oganyemi, and he knocks it down with a two-hand flush. Long shot on the other end. That is missed before the break. And at halftime, the Darlington Tigers are going to lead it, headed into the locker room by a score of 44-33. That was an interesting first half for sure.
It was, absolutely. Lots of fireworks.
Oh, my goodness. Well, folks, don't go anywhere. We got your halftime show coming up in just moments. We'll send it back to the studio for a 3-minute timeout.
They call it Mo Day, a time of fanfare and pride, and another week with the neighborhood's best yard, because you drafted the MVP of all mowers. A comfortable seat and adjustable controls bring the battle to your turf, not your backside. Ride like the wind on your solid steel stallion and give the fans something to cheer about, because it's your day. It's Mo Day.
At Smith & Wood Wealth Management, we're proud to be part of the Rome community, where the same teamwork that wins on the court inspires our approach to financial planning and investment. Just like the model high school Blue Devils and Lady Devils, success starts with a solid game plan. Like a trusted coach, we provide insight and guidance so you can pursue your financial goals with confidence. The Smith & Wood financial planning process centers on understanding your unique goals and creating strategies that balance enjoyment today with preparations for tomorrow's challenges. We would love to work with you to build a game plan for the season ahead. WC Timber has been serving the Northwest Georgia and Northeast Alabama area since 1991. As a complete tree and timber service, WC Timber can handle thinning and clear cutting, tree chipping, stump removal, and storm damage, as well as bucket truck and crane services. For more information, visit them on the web at wctimber.com or give them a call at area code 706-238-1214. WC Timber and Tree Service.
Welcome back live to Model High School. We're inside Woodard Gymnasium tonight, which is the place to be here locally if you're a high school hoops fan. And we've had a fun first half between the Darlington Tigers and the Model Blue Devils. Model playing at home tonight, trailing by a score of 44-33 in a first half that was very, very high in intensity and action, and just a super exciting first half of basketball. It's going to be interesting to see how things unfold in the third and fourth quarters.
Yeah, absolutely. An 11-point lead for the Tigers at the half, but that with these two offenses and their abilities to make runs, I don't know if any lead is safe per se, but Darlington was able to get a little bit of separation there in the second quarter. Just a flurry of threes and some easy transition baskets, but Model showed resolve the entire half. Some fireworks between the coaches. You name it, we got it in the first half.
Oh, no doubt. And we'll run down the scoring there from our first half as we get ready to take another break here in our halftime period in just a few moments. But we'll start and give you a quarter-by-quarter breakdown. At the end of the first quarter, Darlington had a 6-point, 27-21 lead, and they would outscore the Model Blue Devils 17-11 in the second quarter. So that's where we are now, 44-33, an 11-point lead for the Tigers. Individual effort-wise, we'll start with the Model Blue Devils, who trail. They would have two guys in double digits. We'll get to that in just a moment. But you had 2 points for Brenton Bell from the free throw line in the first quarter, 3 points on a made three by Bryson Bell in the first quarter, 1 point from Dominic Fraley in the first quarter from the free throw line, 2 points from Tyler Harrell. That was a field goal in the first quarter. And the two players in double digits for the Blue Devils, one is Chaden Woodley, who had 11 points, pretty evenly spread between the two quarters. He had 6 points in the first quarter, then obviously 5 there in the second quarter of the ball game. And then Bryson Denson's the leading scorer overall in the game and for the Blue Devils with 14 points, evenly spread between the two quarters. Most of his damage was from the free throw line in that first quarter, but Bryson finishes the first half with 14 points against the Darlington Tigers. Meanwhile, for the Darlington Tigers, they'd have two guys in double digits. We'll get to that in just a couple of moments, but 4 points for Ethan Height off the bench there in the second quarter, 2 points for Jordan Wilkerson, 3 points off a made three by Nate Pitts in the first quarter of the ball game, 3 points for Joseph Oganyemi, but two of those were pretty loud. It was the flush there at the end of the second quarter that sent the student section and the rest of the folks in purple into a frenzy. And then you had Christian Teasley with 8 points, and the two players for the Tigers in double digits with 12 points apiece. You had Brent Bell and then also Cam Seelig, who both had really big first halves offensively and defensively for that matter there for the Darlington Tigers.
Yeah, Seelig's just been a menace on the glass, blocking shots, using those long arms to get those second chance opportunities and make life tough on the block for the Model offense. And then, Brent Bell just exploding in the second quarter like he did. And then the bookends. Let's look at that too. I mean, both quarters ended with really exciting shots. You had the 3/4 shot from Teasley, and then you get the flush from Oganyemi. And that always sends a jolt of energy through your team when you can finish a quarter like that. It's going to be a battle to the end. I can just feel it. I feel like there's going to be a run by Model, and Darlington is going to have to fight for this one all the way if they want to walk out of Woodard Gymnasium with a W.
Well, let's take one more break. We're going to step out for 2.5 minutes. We'll be back for the second half after these messages.
At Smith & Wood Wealth Management, we're proud to be part of the Rome community, where the same teamwork that wins on the court inspires our approach to financial planning and investment. Just like the Model High School Blue Devils and Lady Devils, success starts with a solid game plan. Like a trusted coach, we provide insight and guidance so you can pursue your financial goals with confidence. The Smith & Wood financial planning process centers on understanding your unique goals and creating strategies that balance enjoyment today with preparations for tomorrow's challenges. We would love to work with you to build a game plan for the season ahead. Welcome to Shannon Pharmacy, proudly serving the Shannon community since 2004. We're your small, full-service pharmacy with a big heart, offering friendly professional service and a caring community feel. Whether you need prescriptions filled, expert advice, or health products, we're here for you. Experience the difference at Shannon Pharmacy, where your health is our priority. Visit us today.
If you ever find yourself moving through these doors,
We're gonna take care of you.
if you ever hear these sounds, or see these lights, may you find our caring team of ER experts all around you. This is the human spirit at its best. Advent Health. Feel whole.
So we move forward in this game. We get ready to start the third quarter of the ball game. Halftime is in the books. Darlington will inbound the ball, leading it by a score of 44-33 as we officially now start the third frame of the basketball game. Here we go. DJ Hall over to Christian Teasley here for the Darlington Tigers. Now to Bell, back to Teasley. Bell with it on the right wing side, gets it underneath to Oganyemi, and he bangs it in off the glass.
Oganyemi gets the start here in the second. What a physical specimen that guy is.
Indeed he is, and just a freshman. Wow. John Mason with it up top, sends it to the right wing side, into the corner. They go to Chatham Woodley. Blue Devils with the ball, driving baseline is Woodley, fires it back up top, trying to get it to Mason. It's picked up by Bell and tries to lay it in, misses the shot. Here come the Blue Devils back the other way. Here's a wide open Chatham Woodley for three, and he makes it.
Wow. Mason with the block on the other end. Bell was down, holding his ankle. And what a huge, huge shot on the other end.
And Mason's kind of grabbing his right knee. Something to look at there. Oganyemi misses the shot, gets another look, and knocks it down. That'd be a huge loss if...
Yeah, I mean, they both got tangled up.
Bryson Bell with the ball on the left wing side. Now back up top to John Mason, trying to shake off. Getting bumped on the knee there. I think he's all right. Mason sends it baseline, gets it to Fraley. Now back up top. Now around to Chaden Woodley. Woodley dribbles between his legs, drives into the lane and travels. Nope, they called a foul.
I'm going to get the foul first.
As Coach Travis is motioning his guys back to the other side of the floor. As we get ready for John Mason to inbound the ball, the Boo Birds in purple come out here tonight. They didn't like the call, but nonetheless, official gets the last word. Mason going to lob it in, gets it out to Bryson Denson at midcourt. Standing right on the, straddling the timeline. Now to Woodley. Bryson Bell up top. John Mason tries to send it right wing side. Wilkerson knocked it free. Mason got it back. The whistle and a foul is going to be against the Tigers.
A couple of quick fouls on the Tigers.
Got Wilkerson that time. Brenton Bell set to check back into the game for the Blue Devils. John Mason will check out. Take a little bit of a breather there. Chatham Woodley surveys the floor, set to send it in motion. He's going to find Denson in the backcourt, drives right into the lane, lost the handle. Ball's going to be poked free and picked up by Oganyemi. Stolen right back by Bryson Bell. He'll turn around, good decision, gives it off to Chatham Woodley on the right wing side. And a whistle.
Another foul. Yeah, Bell was going against Oganyemi and decided.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope. Brenton Bell set the feet in motion, finds Woodley, catch and shoot off the inbound pass, misses the three. A collision between Bell and Bell. Brenton and Brent Bell. There's a shot,
and
a three-point shot for Brent Bell.
That's exactly what Coach Travis was preaching is don't worry about it, get back on defense, and Bell made him pay.
Biggest lead of the night here for the Tigers. They've led wire to wire up 51-36. Here's Dominic Fraley, kicks it out to Chatham Woodley. He'll drive towards the lane, shoots from close to the elbow, high off the rim. It won't go, and it went out of bounds on the, what do you like to call it today?
Let's stick with the apparatus.
Okay, apparatus.
Apparatus.
Got about 3 or 4 choices we normally go with, but today it's, as Ian has selected, his apparatus. So we get ready for Christian Teasley to inbound the ball here for the Darlington Tigers, who lead at 51-36. Teasley going to lob it across to Hall as they work it across midcourt. Hall bounce pass to Teasley, wants to work inside, feeds it underneath to Height, and a reverse layup finish there for Height. Man.
Oh.
Here's John Mason for 3 and goes high off the rim. It's a miss. DJ Hall nearly has his pocket pit, retains possession, sends it right wing side, wide open. Wilkerson, a good shooter, and yes, sir, he drills it.
Darlington feeling it coming out of the locker room.
Big time. I would not be surprised if Coach Travis did not take the timeout here pretty quick. Student section for Darlington into it. Right now, Darlington with their biggest lead up by 20, trying to take control of the ball game. Here's Bryson Denson, and underneath to Dominic Fraley in the two-hand flush, trying to get his team back into it.
A little injection of energy there from Fraley.
Here's a scoop shot on the other end by Teasley, is missed. Model gets a stop. John Mason with the ball across the midcourt stripe as they try to get some points on the other end after getting the stop. Here's Bryson Denson for 3 and a big bucket.
5-0 run.
That cuts it to a 56-41 game. They got it back within 15 after trailing by 20. Here is a 3-ball by Bell, is missed. Tracking it down was Wilkerson, tied up between 2 defenders. Ball poked out of bounds by Denson. It's staying with Darlington.
They had Wilkerson trapped in the corner. Couldn't get the turnover.
Teasley with it on the left wing side. Now up top to DJ Hall. He'll put up a long range 3, and that one's off the back of the rim. Scooped up on the rebound by John Mason. So Bryson Denson will bring it up the floor. Model out to a 5-0 run, as Ian just pointed out, trying to add to it. Here's Chatham Woodley to try the 3, and that one's left short. Did not catch the rim, so it's catching the chance there from the Darlington fans, student section in particular. Teasley across the timeline, dribbles across the M at midcourt. Dribbles off now towards the right wing around a screen by Height, puts up a long range shot, misses it. Fraley collects the rebound for the Blue Devils. He's tied up between 3 defenders, gives it to Bell. And a couple of passes, and the Blue Devils are across the midcourt stripe. Nice pass on the backdoor cut there for Fraley, but couldn't get the finish.
Teasley got up there and affected the shot just enough.
DJ Hall across midcourt, left wing side to Height. Now back up top to DJ Hall, left wing side. Christian Teasley goes baseline, sends it back to Brent Bell. Bell with the ball, drives in the lane, leaves it for Wilkerson, kicks it out. There's Height, jump shot. That one's across the rim, and Mason gets the rebound.
Miles had the opportunity to cut into this lead. Haven't been able to come up with any buckets the last few possessions.
Trying to close strong here in the third quarter. Off the glass is Denson. Knocks down another one. Denson now, Ian, with 19 points in the ball game.
Impressive, gutsy game from the junior.
Travel.
Yep.
Another turnover for the Tigers, and the Blue Devils are battling back. They trailed by as many as 20 points. Ian, they've got it back within 13.
Chipping away here. And now Darlington's going to bring in the size. The first time that I've seen this tonight that Seelig and Ogunyemi are on the floor at the same time.
Denson takes the inbound pass in the backcourt. Now dribbles across the midcourt stripe, works his way off towards the right wing. Trailing him is Bryson Bell. Here's Denson for 3 and knocks it through.
He's feeling it. He is feeling it.
Denson now with 3 threes tonight. He's having a whale of a game. Here is Hall with a Euro step into the lane. Layup, makes the shot. That was a highlight reel move right there.
It really was.
58-46. Denson inside, bangs it through on the strong move and draws the foul.
What a take by Denson. And what a takeover here in the second half of the third quarter. It has been the Bryson Denson show.
To your point on that end, Bryson Denson has 10 points in the third quarter, has 24 points in the game. Denson.
He's got a chance to get this back to a single-digit lead if he can knock this free throw down.
Just minutes ago, Darlington had gone on a big run to start the third quarter and led by 20. Shot on the way is going to rattle off the rim. Rebound picked up by Hall, so it remains a 10-point game. Here's Brent Bell back up top, gives it to Hall. Hall goes to work, goes baseline, sends it across, picked up by John Mason, shuts down the passing lane. 1:30, less than 1:30 to go here in the third quarter. Pass underneath to Fraley and the finish.
And the assist from Bryson Denson.
Fraley now with 5 points, 4 of them in the third quarter of the ball game. It's an 8-point game. Fans are into it now on both sides. Boy, what an environment. Here's Bell up top to Hall. Defense chance from the Model Blue Devils fans. Here's a 3-ball on the other end by Hall. It's missed. Brent Bell works his way in, gets blocked by Fraley. Bryson Bell comes out with the ball, loses it, goes out of bounds on the near sidelines. It's coming back to Darlington. Got a little out of control there in transition.
Goes Travis. He's hot. He's hot. He's getting after Bryson Bell about boxing out on that 3-ball.
All right, Teasley across the midcourt stripe for Darlington. Sends it near side to DJ Hall. Bounce pass to Seelig. Spins around off the glass and through. What a move there by Cam Seelig that opened up the shot.
Yeah, quiet third quarter up until that play right there, but a huge play.
So with the and one, an opportunity for a 3-point play. It's back to a 10-point game here in favor of Darlington. 41.1 seconds left to go. This is one of those games you never want it to end. Shot is up, hangs on the rim for a moment and falls through for Seelig as he converts the 3-point play, and it's back to an 11-point lead for the Tigers.
It's where we were when we started the third quarter.
Bryson Denson into the lane, puts it up, misses the shot, but he gets fouled.
Yep.
So, Ian, we got a really good free throw shooter going to the line for the Blue Devils. (61-50). Model trails by 11 points here at home. In one of the greatest environments you can find, in my opinion, in
locally,
the state of Georgia.
yeah, absolutely.
Of high school basketball.
Yeah.
This is a basketball lover's dream situation here tonight. So we get ready for Bryson Denson to shoot free throws here in just a couple of moments. Goes through his routine, first shot on the way, and that one rattles in.
And his hot streak here in the third quarter continues.
Bryson now with 25 points here in the quarter. One more free throw coming up to make it 26. Shot on the way, and it is through. And you know, the last time these two teams played, Bryson had a good night. He scored 18 points, having an even better one tonight.
Yes, sir.
61-52 as Model cuts it back to 9. They had it within 8. They've been down by as many as 20 in this quarter. Defense chance even louder now. Across timeline goes Hall. Picks up his dribble, sends it out to Teasley. Teasley between the circles for the Tigers, the Purple Tigers. DJ Hall with it. He'll dribble back around the timeline, gives it off for Teasley. 12 seconds. Darlington wants that last shot of every quarter, and they've gotten it so far. Here's a quick look. It is missed. Ball loose on the floor. Bell battles Harrell for it. Harrell wins. Here's Woodley from half court, missing the shot. And that's the end of the third quarter. We've seen some fireworks at the end of these quarters, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
Well, at the end of 3, Tigers lead it 61-52 over the Model Blue Devils. We're back for the final quarter after a 1-minute break.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Instant Replay is brought to you by Smith & Wood Wealth Management. We also thank Mathis Trailer and Equipment, Shannon Pharmacy, WC Timber, Snodgrass and Robinson Plastic Surgery Specialists, Advent Health Redmond, The Herb Shop on Broad, Dogwood Books, and Duffy's Deli. Please support the businesses that support us.
Blue Devils set to inbound the ball. Bryson Bell will handle the inbound duties here in a moment. Model trails by 9 as we enter the final frame. John Mason takes the inbound pass, gives it right back to Bryson Bell. Bell with 2 defenders in front of him, surveys the floor, trying to find an open man, lobs it over to the man with a hot hand. That's Denson. Now over to Mason, back to Bell, back to Mason. Now they send it left wing side to Woodley. Denson with the ball in his hands. Mason at the elbow wants to drive. Spins around on Seelig, gets it to the rim, misses the shot though, battles for the rebound, and we got a whistle. The foul I think is going to be against Mason that time.
Yeah, man, got him with the shoulder. Mason's had a tough night as far as finding his shot. Still doing all the little things he does to contribute, without a doubt.
Teasley across the midcourt stripe here for the Tigers. Sends it near side to Hall. They get it to Wilkerson underneath to Seelig. Seelig going to back his way in on Fraley and knocks down the shot.
Yeah, pretty good defense there. Seelig just turned around and stroked that one. That was a great shot.
Denson with the ball across midcourt. First points of the fourth quarter go to Darlington. Ball stolen away, stolen right back by Fraley though. Shaden Woodley now with the ball in his hands for the Blue Devils. Tigers back to an 11-point lead. Here's Woodley with a circus shot, hung on the rim for a second but didn't go, and Seelig gets a rebound.
Yeah, that would have been an outstanding shot had it fallen.
DJ Hall into the lane, bangs it hard off the window and through. So a 4-0 run to start the half here for the Tigers. And a free throw coming up here for DJ Hall, so he's got the and one coming up. 6:45 left to go in the game. Blue Devils got back within 8, and now it is back to a 13-point deficit. Shot on the way, rattles through. Make it 14. Darlington led early in the third quarter by 20. Blue Devils with it on the other end. Ball poked free by Wilkerson, goes out of bounds, and it stays with Model.
Good hands there by Jordan Wilkerson.
John Mason surveys the floor trying to find an open guy. He's going to bounce it into Woodley. Drives in, circus shot, put a little English on it, but it didn't go. And the rebound goes to Hall.
Some big stops here for Darlington as they try to push that lead back out.
Darlington with the basketball over in front of their own bench. Now back up top to Hall between the circles. He's going to split defenders, sends it right wing side to Wilkerson. He'll drive towards the lane and across to Brent Bell with the pass. Goes right to lane, feeds it back out to Hall, spins around. What a move. Hangs on the rim, won't go. Seelig wanted the putback, and he gets fouled.
Yeah, he got hacked there. Sent him to the line for 2. Darlington trying to take the air out of the ball here a little bit, which really isn't their style of play, but if they can end a possession like that and run the shot clock down and get to the free throw line, that's just what the doctor ordered for the Tigers.
First shot for Seelig is through, and as we mentioned earlier, you may not have heard this if you're just tuned in, the only 2 losses of the season for Darlington came at the hands of St. Pius and that was a 10-point loss. That's the 4A #1 team in the state at 25-0. Second shot won't go, and the other loss was to Mount Vernon, a 21-3 team that's #2 in Class A through 3A. So they were competitive against a couple of teams that are some of the top programs in the state, despite losing those games. Ball poked free. Chatham Woodley, so we got a good matchup here. Shot on the way, two really good programs facing off here in Woodard Gymnasium.
Model needs a shot of energy here. Kind of feeling the air go out of the building a little bit.
Selig spins, puts it up, gets it to the rim. It won't go. Maybe this is where the spark comes. John Mason gets the rebound, gives it to Bryson Denson, who's got 26 points in the game. There is Bryson Bell missing the three-point shot off the back of the iron, and a foul was called against, who'd they get on that one?
I'm guessing there was a push. I'm gonna get Mason. Yeah.
All right, timeout's going to be called. We're going to take it as well. Coach Travis wants this one. 5:16 left to go. The Tigers lead the Blue Devils 67-52, a 15-point lead when we come back in 30 seconds.
If you ever find yourself moving through these doors,
We're going to take care of you.
if you ever hear these sounds, or see these lights, may you find our caring team of ER experts all around you. This is the human spirit at its best. Advent Health. Feel whole.
All right, we welcome you back here as both teams still huddled up near their benches right now in a timeout. Right now, the Tigers have started the fourth quarter with a 6-0 run. Now lead the Model Blue Devils 67-52, so a 15-point lead. Biggest lead of the game has been 20. That was in the third quarter for the Darlington Tigers. We've seen Model battle back and get it within, I think, 8. But now the Tigers, starting this quarter with a run, have created a little bit more separation on the scoreboard, but still plenty of time left to go in the ball game, Ian.
Yeah, Model's just got to get a run. I mean, they had a similar run at this stage in the third quarter. If they can duplicate that, they can climb back in this thing and take it to the wire.
Blue Devils have trailed the entire game thus far.
I thought they got a 1-point lead
Did they?
somewhere in there, but for the vast majority.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
It was midway through the first, I think they got a lead.
Very briefly.
Very.
Now, I'm glad you picked up on that. I had forgotten about that. Couple of shots coming up here from a really good shooter, and we have not seen him from the free throw line tonight. That is Brent Bell. He's got 15 points though.
Kind of a quiet 15.
Yeah,
he had a really hot streak there in the second quarter.
First shot on the way is through.
How many did we watch him score in the Christmas tournament 2 years ago?
Oh gosh,
it was I think he had 8 threes or more in that ball game. He was over 40.
It was something to watch.
Yeah.
He knocks down 2 free throws this time, and he's got 17 points. 69-52. Tigers up by 17. So not quite their biggest lead, but pretty close. Tyler Harrell takes the baseline pass from Bell, feeds it right back to him, misses the three-point shot. And the shots are just not falling right now for the Blue Devils, but might change here. Woodley for 3, and it does. Nice shot.
Big-time shot when they needed it.
Woodley now with 17 points. Underneath to Selig. He'll back his way in on Harrell, puts up the shot, hangs on the rim, falls off. Battle for a rebound is won by Selig and puts it through. He's good.
He really is.
He got 20 points. 71-55. Model trails by 16. Here's Chatham Woodley in the lane, puts it up off the front of the rim, but he gets the foul. And so Woodley will go to the stripe shooting 2. And if, I know I say it all the time, but if you're your Model, you want to get to the free throw line here, have an opportunity to get some points here with a clock stop. So a couple for Chatham Woodley. Here's the first. That one will rattle in. It's ready for another one. That cuts it back to a 15-point game. One more coming up here for Woodley. Official making him tuck his shirt back in.
Gotta have it tucked, boys. Gotta have it tucked.
Woodley puts up the second free throw, knocks them both down. So that cuts it back to 14-point game. Underneath to Seelig, off the glass. Way too easy there after the outlet pass. Wide open underneath. Under 4 minutes to go in this ball game. 73-57. Here's Bryson Denson from three off the back of the rim. And you're right, Ian, the energy is out of the building right now.
Yeah.
DJ Hall with it on the left wing side. Fires the three. Across the rim. Denson gets the rebound. Almost at the 3:30 mark. Here's Bryson Bell. Brenton Bell with it on the left wing side. Now back up top to Bryson Denson between the circles. Here from the elbow, Chaden Woodley off the side of the rim. It won't fall. So Teasley's got the ball, brings it back the other way. And we're going to have a timeout called. I think Darlington called that one.
Yeah.
All right, 3:19 left to go in the ball game. Darlington in control, up 73-57. We're back in 30 seconds.
If you ever find yourself moving through these doors,
We're gonna take care of you.
if you ever hear these sounds, or see these lights, may you find our caring team of ER experts all around you. This is the human spirit at its best. Advent Health. Feel whole.
Going to have some Georgia Tech hoops on the radio end of things tomorrow night as Wake Forest comes to town, to Midtown Atlanta, down at McCamish Pavilion. 8:30 pregame, 9 o'clock tip. If you'd like to listen to the call from the Georgia Tech Radio Network on WLAQ, we certainly invite you and encourage you to do so. Hopefully it'll be fun to listen to.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Some classic games between the Demon Deacons and Yellow Jackets over the years. Think back to when Tim Duncan was there. Boy, they had some brawls in those years.
Well, that's been a disappointing season, to say the least, for the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. But hopefully they can turn something around here late and at least get into the ACC tournament. I still think there's an outside chance that they'll be able to play in it, but there may be no postseason for them this year. Here's DJ Hall, and that's going to be an offensive foul.
Yep, Matt saw it correct. Dropped that shoulder.
Yep, he sure did.
Twice, really.
For safe measure there. Yeah. If you're going to blow the whistle, I'm going to earn it, dadgummit. Here is Bryson Bell on the near side, gives it up top to Denson. Now on to Brenton Bell. Brenton bounce pass over to Tyler Harrell. Up top, they go to Denson. Three-point shot off the glass, and the Blue Devils are ice cold right now.
Just lost the shooting touch. Denson was on fire in that third quarter. That run was really sparked by just an amazing scoring outburst from him.
Cam with the basketball for Darlington. DJ Hall with it on the near side on the left wing underneath the Cam Seelig. He'll back his way in on Denson. Nice spin move, kind of signature move for him. And he gets blocked but fouled by Bryson Bell.
Really, when entering the fourth quarter, the recipe for Coach West was to feed Seelig on the block. That's where they've gone. And if he hasn't been able to convert, he's been able to get to the line and convert from there. And now the Model Faithful is starting to slowly file out of the gym.
Seelig 22 points in the ball game. Subs coming into the basketball game for both teams. And the Darlington Tigers, with 2 minutes and 19 seconds left to go in the game, are looking for the trifecta against the Blue Devils in the regular season. Of course, one of those games was in the tournament, so it doesn't count towards the region standings. But it looks like the Darlington Tigers are without a doubt going to be your hosts of the region tournament this year, coming up next week.
Well, there's no shame in this loss. This is a really, really good Darlington team. This is a Darlington team that I think has a legitimate shot to make a run at a state championship, and Models played them really well in all 3 matchups.
Shot is on the way, is missed. Put back is going to fall for Denson. He'll also go to the free throw line. He's got 28 points in the game. Of course, one of the things that you have to consider as far as Darlington, I agree with you 100%. But when you look at that competition level that they will have to face in Class A to 3A,
so unfair. I mean, like we've had this conversation time and time again, but just let them play ball, man.
Completes the 3-point play, does Denson. He has got 29 points in the game. Now, I agree with you on that. Darlington with the ball. Hall back to Teasley on the near side. Drives towards the elbow. Now backs up in front of the Darlington bench. Imagine they'll eat some clock here. DJ Hall back over to Teasley. 1:42 left to go. Teasley no look pass to Bell. Now to Wilkerson on the right wing. Drives in. Seelig has the ball. Now gives it back to Bell. And what do we got
3
here?
seconds.
Okay. So the ball's coming back to the Blue Devils. Them trailing 74-60. It's been a fun ball game. Been competitive for most of the game.
Yeah.
Pass the left wing side. Ball gets free. Here is Teasley driving in and puts it off the glass and through with a transition bucket. Teasley with 10. 16-point lead for the Tigers. Here's Denson for 3. A high off the back of the rim. Goes out of bounds, and it'll stay with Model. Coach Travis wants a timeout. We'll take one as well. 1:09 left to go. Darlington Tigers 76, Model Blue Devils 60. We're back in 30 seconds. Folks, we're almost down to a minute to go in this one. Got 69 seconds left to play here from inside Woodard Gymnasium. Right now the Tigers, I think the lead is too big for the Blue Devils to overcome, down by 14 with this amount of time.
Yeah, it's all over but the final score, but a great effort nonetheless from Model. And look, you got to tip your cap to these Darlington Tigers, man. What a talented squad.
And you know, you talk about the Tigers and the ability for them to make a deep run in the tournament this year. This Model team is a team that I think can do the same thing. All is stolen away. Tigers on the other end. There's Teasley, gets it to the rim and knocks it through, and it's 78-60, under a minute to go. Chaden Woodley on the right wing side. Now around to Bryson Bell. He'll get it over to Woodley on the right wing, drives baseline, puts up a long 2 and knocks it down. Kind of an awkward shot, and he makes those shots.
He does. Every time he looks, I think more often than not, when he looks off balance, those are the ones that he strips.
38 seconds to go on the ball game. 25 seconds on the shot clock. Darlington leads it by 16. And they look to eat some clock here on this possession. Take it all the way down. Here is Brent Bell underneath to Seelig. Backs his way in on Dominic Fraley, who comes up with a stop. Lob across to Chaden Woodley. Woodley fires the 3. That's off the side of the rim. It won't go. DJ Hall's got it, can hold the ball and dribble out the remaining seconds. And it looks like that's what we're going to see. DJ Hall with the ball in his hands. 7 seconds to go. And it looks like we know our final score. This game is going to finish with a Darlington Tigers 78-62 16-point win over the Model Blue Devils to close out strong here against the Blue Devils. So that is your final score, 78-62. We're going to send it back to the studio for a 3-minute timeout. We'll come back with our brief wrap-up after these messages, and we'll be back.
They call it Mo Day, a time of fanfare and pride, and another week with the neighborhood's best yard because you drafted the MVP of all mowers. A comfortable seat and adjustable controls bring the battle to your turf, not your backside. Ride like the wind on your solid steel stallion and give the fans something to cheer about because it's your day. It's Mow Day.
At Smith & Wood Wealth Management, we're proud to be part of the Rome community, where the same teamwork that wins on the court inspires our approach to financial planning and investment. Just like the model high school Blue Devils and Lady Devils, success starts with a solid game plan. Like a trusted coach, we provide insight and guidance so you can pursue your financial goals with confidence. The Smith & Wood financial planning process centers on understanding your unique goals and creating strategies that balance enjoyment today with preparations for tomorrow's challenges. We would love to work with you to build a game plan for the season ahead. WC Timber has been serving the Northwest Georgia and Northeast Alabama area since 1991. As a complete tree and timber service, WC Timber can handle thinning and clear cutting, tree chipping, stump removal, and storm damage, as well as bucket truck and crane services. For more information, visit them on the web at wctimber.com or give them a call at area code 706-238-1214. WC Timber and Tree Service.
Back one more time inside Woodard Gymnasium. The Darlington Tigers have picked up the victory in the ball game tonight, 78-62, pulling away late over the Darlington Tigers to pick up their third victory over the Blue Devils over the course of the season, once in the Christmas tournament and a couple during the regular season. The Darlington Tigers improved their season record to 21-2. And they end up 11-0 in region play. They do have one more region game left to play, and that will be against Heard County on Friday as they try to finish up the regular season in region play undefeated. So no doubt, no matter what happens the rest of the way, they're going to be hosting the region tournament coming up next week. So congratulations to Coach West and the Darlington Tigers. As you pointed out, Ian, this is a team that you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but it certainly is a team that's built from top to bottom with a deep roster that can make a very deep run. And who knows, they could be championship caliber. A lot of competition there, but they're a very good basketball team.
Yeah, they have so many different ways to attack on offense. And like you mentioned, that depth to play high-pressure defense for a full 4 quarters and beyond. So we'll see. But I would not be surprised to see this Darlington team go very deep in the playoffs.
I'm going to make a little note that's off topic here a little bit. I just got a notification on my phone that the Miami Hurricanes have defeated the North Carolina Tar Heels 75-66. I told my wife the other day, if I'm a Tar Heel fan, I'm worried about that matchup after the way they beat Duke in that come from behind. It felt kind of like a trap game. I know it's a good Miami team.
It was the most expensive ticket out there tonight in college basketball. I listen to a program every day
really?
that tells you the cheapest ticket, which was Arkansas versus whoever they were playing tonight, but the most expensive ticket in college basketball was going to see North Carolina and Miami and Coral Gables.
Wow.
And the Hurricanes delivered.
And they delivered the goods.
Yeah.
They picked up the victory. Well, anyway, back to high school ball. I just saw that, thought I'd make note of it. Caught my attention.
Is Tanya okay? That's the question.
She bounces back from those things, but it's definitely a disappointing loss after beating Duke in the fashion that they did, grabbing that momentum.
Yeah.
So, anyway, Darlington, as I mentioned, their record and everything. And now for the Model Blue Devils, look, they finished the regular season 19-3, 10-2 in region play. That is just an awesome regular season here for the Blue Devils. And look, they're getting started with tournament play in the region tournament. They may get another opportunity against this Darlington team. I think most people would think that would be a likely situation to take place. And so we'll see what happens in the fourth attempt should we get to see it. So,
but one thing to keep in mind is because of the public-private split,
yep,
they won't see them in the playoffs. So the sky's the limit for the Model Blue Devils. And then they've got a heck of a team, too, that is very similarly built with a lot of different weapons.
Model came into the night ranked number 5 in the state in Class A Division I. And then from the 3A to 1A private, Darlington Tigers were ranked number 7. So just kind of an interesting tidbit that I don't think we mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast. All right, let's break down the scoring here. We're going to start with the Model Blue Devils, who came up a little bit short in the game. They pick up 2 points from Brenton Bell from the free throw line. That was in the first quarter of the ball game. Bryson Bell would finish with the lone 3 that he made in the first quarter of the ball game. He had 5 points for Dominic Fraley, 2 points for Tyler Harrell, 2 players in double digits for the Model Blue Devils tonight. Chaden Woodley would have 21 points tonight, and Bryson Denson was the leading scorer overall in the game. Had a whale of a game, picked up 29 points, did Bryson Denson. So congratulations to him on a great effort tonight. And the Blue Devils, look, it was a great effort. It was competitive much of the game. They were down by as many as 20, battled back, got within 8 in the third quarter, and Darlington pulled away in the fourth quarter. But don't let the final score fool you. It was an exciting atmosphere, an exciting game for a good part of the game.
Absolutely.
For the Darlington Tigers, they would have, 8 guys that got in the scoring tonight. You would have 6 points from Ethan Height, 5 points from Jordan Wilkerson, 3 points for Nate Pitts, 5 for DJ Hall, 7 points for Joseph Oganyemi, and of course he had that monster dunk that ended the first half of the ball game. And then you had 2 players in double digits. Brent Bell, as you pointed out, kind of quietly tonight, picked up 17 points, and then the leading scorer tonight, just consistent from start to finish of the ball game, was Cam Seelig, the senior, who picked up 22 points. And, of course, you also point out that Christian Teasley shot at the end of the first quarter that was from beyond half court. It was about 3 quarters. So there was a lot of excitement in this ball game. It was a lot of fun to be here. If you're a Model fan, you weren't pleased with the outcome. But if you're a Darlington fan, you loved every second of it. So the Darlington Tigers get the win tonight, 78-62, and I think that's a good place for us to wind it down, man.
Absolutely, man. It was a pleasure being here. The atmosphere was fantastic, and it's time for a little postseason basketball.
That's exactly right. The Model Blue Devils have concluded their regular season, so they turn their attention to the region tournament coming up next week. So no broadcast the rest of this week for sure. We'll see what happens with region play, whether or not we'll have any broadcast of that, but we'll definitely be back with the Blue Devils when we get into the state tournament coming up. I believe the first couple of days of the state tournament, the first round, will be the 24th and 25th of February. We may have something before then. We'll certainly keep you posted on Northwest Georgia Media's social media and also WLAQ Rome. And I know, of course, the school will keep you informed on happenings as well. So that's going to put a wrap on our broadcast. Let's go ahead and recognize the crew one more time here. We're going to start with midcourt cameras, Bennett Abernathy and Clay Hardiker. Sideline cameras tonight, Levi Miller and Miracle Lilly. Pan, tilt, and zoom, PTZ for short. And scoreboard, Dylan Bice. Replay tonight was Nathan Patterson. Director, Mike Garrett. And, of course, we had Lynn Butler back at the studio tonight. I'm Matt Davis. For Ian Griffin, thanks for being here. It's great to have you back in the booth with us tonight. Audio courtesy on the broadcast tonight of WLAQ. That puts a wrap on our broadcast. Hope you have a great evening, everybody. We'll talk to you next time. And until then, we'll bid you adieu. So long, everybody. We appreciate you tuning in.